Hi, today I'm going to be telling you about wild boars. They're closely related to domestic pigs, and they can also interbreed with domestic farm pigs, and they are ancestors of all domestic pigs. There are differences in appearance, and boars are leaner, darker with tusks, and they kind of look like this. This is a stuffed animal. This is a boar, and she's supposed to be the stuffed animal version of Pig Trudy, the boar that, I don't know if she's completely a boar or if she's part boar and part pig, but she's at Ima Survivor Sanctuary in Texas. But she's a stuffed animal version of her. Boars are leaner, darker with tusk, and live in different habitats, of course. The wild boars live in forest or in wilderness. And domestic pigs usually live on farms. They can also live on farm animal sanctuaries. And some breeds can be pets. A lot of potbellies can be pets. And there are feral pigs that are farm pigs that have escaped from a farm or a sanctuary and got out of the fence, and they're living as, like, in the same habitat, in the same areas as wild boars. And they can, of course, marry and have piglets with wild boars. So I'm going to show you what some wild boars look like. And the piglets are really cute. These are some pictures of wild boars. And these are wild boars, the pictures. These are the piglets. I think they're really cute. And we're going to try to find Pig Trudy. And we're going to find Pig Trudy. Okay, look at the images. Try to find. Here's Pig Trudy. And Pig Trudy, I think, is. And I can't. There it is.
My old phone carrier was reaching the.
Turn YouTube off. And this is Pig Trudy. She do it without sound, so I don't get a copyright. But there's Pig Trudy with some goats. Let's see if we can advance it in the same video and show more of her face and her body. And either she's mixed with farm pig, or here she is. You can see her whole face. I don't see the tusks. She's either young in this video, or since she's on a sanctuary, they trimmed down her tusk. But she's a wild boar that's been pretty much domesticated, or she's mixed with a regular pig. And the regular pig side of her wanted to live on a farm. But here's more wild boars in here. That's not just Pig Trudy. Here's another wild boar. Oh, that one's cute. That one's really cute. This wild boar is really cute. This kind of looks like Pig Trudy. This boar is really cute. Kind of looks like Pig Trudy. But the thing with wild boars is they can be aggressive. They're not used to being around people, and they try to avoid people. But they can be aggressive, and I don't know why I have Facebook on here. Because I was supposed to have wild boars. This is not editing at all. So, I'm just going to find the wild boars on here. And I typed in, do wild boars attack humans? And the AI overview says, yes, wild boars can attack humans, though it's rare and usually happens when they feel threatened or protecting piglets, and especially when it's a mother pig or wild boar. Are cornered, wounded, surprised, often charging with their tusks to gore victims. They're not naturally aggressive. They're not naturally aggressive. That's not what we hear from like farmers and people in subdivisions and stuff that have encounters with wild boars. But that's probably because they're animals, or they startled the pigs or something, or the pigs, they're very destructive. Wild boars can be pretty destructive if they get into residential neighborhood or on a farm. This is, they're not naturally aggressive, but become dangerous when provoked or startled, especially in rural or forested areas. And this is TikTok. This shows a boar. This is on a phone, so it's not that big. I don't have TikTok on my computer.
Leaving the restaurant my sister owned, I was stopped by the
manager. What is going on? I did not want this.
All right, so what do we have here?
This is a boar.
So this looks like a wild boar or a bush pig. We know this the world over. You piss off a boar, and a boar comes at you. So this is crazy.
So
it looks
you
like
don't want to scare a wild boar. You don't want to chase it. You don't want to bother it in any way.
This boar comes
and I hope this is nothing that... Oh, shit.
Nails this guy, and
Is my pretty boy dead?
Let me get this off of here. So they can attack people, and it says one attacks are more likely defending young, cornered or wounded, surprise, if you startle a boar. If you get between a boar and its food source or block its escape route. Is how to avoid an attack. If you're ever in a situation where you get attacked by a wild boar, make noise, alert them to your presence so they can move away. Stay calm and back away. If you see one, keep your distance and slowly move away without sudden movements. Don't block escapes. Give them a clear path to flee. And climb. If you're charged and you can't escape, climb a tree or a large boulder if possible. Wild boars cannot climb. Think about it. I haven't seen farm pigs climb either. Which that's what I'm more familiar with. Pig Trudy was my introduction to wild boars. I knew they existed, but Pig Trudy was my introduction to boars. Made me start reading about them and stuff. And we'll see one more question that... And they can. And this says, do wild boars eat humans? Which I have heard that rumor. We'll see if it's true. It says, yes, wild boars can and do attack humans, sometimes fatally. Though unprovoked attacks are rare. They are generally defensive, attacking when threatened and protecting young. Or if cornered while they primarily eat plants, insects, and small animals, they are omnivores and opportunistic, meaning they can eat a human if very hungry, or finding a body. Attacks are more likely if you get between a mother and piglets, interrupt their meal, or in their path, and they can be very aggressive when provoked. So yes, they can. They and have eaten humans. So just be careful around wild boars if you live in a place that has them. I don't think my neighborhood has them. I don't think there's enough wilderness left in my neighborhood to have them. But I would not be surprised if we found some wild boars in Baker's Creek Park. That place is just too much wilderness, creeps me out. And I would be happy if all I found were wild boars in that place. I don't like Baker's Creek Park. And that is in Kannapolis, North Carolina. But this is wild boars. This is, again, what they look like. And I wanted to find that wild boar that looks terrifying. Is it him? I think so. Oh, this one's kind of cute, too. There's another wild boar. So this is wild boars. They can attack humans, even eat humans. They are omnivores. They eat plants, of course, roots, fruit. They also eat insects, small reptiles, and carrion. And carrion? I think that's dead bodies. And English also, I think it's dead bodies. That's wild boars. I saw a really scary looking one. Some of them are really cute. This is a younger one. This is a young piglet. It's really cute. That's wild boars, and I'll have a video in Spanish up soon about wild boars. And this is like a drawing of one, like an old. See when this wild boar is from. I don't think it says. It is an ancient. This is just a picture of a wild boar, and it was created in 1850. I knew it looked old-fashioned. This is the one I thought was scary. This is the one that looked kind of scary. That might just be his strange-looking fur. It's like he's got a mohawk, and then almost bald, and then regular fur. But I don't know. He's kind of cute too. And this one's cute. So let's see. Yeah, that's a boar. That one's. Here's a different boar. This is the one I thought was cute. Kind of reminded me of Trudy. And I hope I'm showing you at the right angle and everything so you can see them. But those are wild boars. They are closely related to domestic pigs, and they are the ancestors of domestic pigs, whether the big farm pigs or the smaller potbelly and Juliana pigs that can be pets. Any pig you see at a farm animal sanctuary, or if you have one as a pet, their ancestors are wild boars. Their ancestors are a bit scary, and they don't try to be aggressive, but they can be if they feel trapped or if they think you're going to mess with their piglets, if they're a mother pig or a boar. So, that's wild boars, and I'll have a Spanish video up soon. And if you like learning about animals, you can subscribe, like if you like this video, and I will show you the Spanish video soon. And there will be another English video out soon.